Welcome to the Game Professors Podcast, where the students have taken over and we profess our love and hate for all things video games. Giving you the lecture lowdown first here, we're going to be talking about Discord deciding they want money with an IPO, AI affecting more prices, because if we aren't sick of it yet, we're definitely going to be sick of it later. On top of that, hardware progression is just deciding to flip a UE and head on backwards. PS5 ROM leaks, much to Sony's chagrin. And of course, Ubisoft and Siege can't stop the signal, aka the hacks that they are experiencing as they have more. No, this is not a repeat. Companies and certification issues, as we constantly see that, but some big names in this one. And Faker being a BAMF on the world stage, or at least, his major country stage, and a little bit discussion of the Season 1 release for League of Legends, which Haru will get into a little bit more of that later. Let's begin with a fun story to kind of start our early 2026 off. As right at the end of the year, last year in December, a 92-year-old grandma decided that she wanted to kick some butt and take some names and chew some bubblegum, and she was all out of bubblegum as she won a Tekken 8 fighting tournament. Haru, what do you want to be doing when you're 92?
I mean, winning tournaments sounds good, to be honest with you. I mean, 92 years old, man. That's nuts. Imagine all the 16-year-olds. Like, I could just imagine the scene, right? You have a bunch of people in a LAN tournament, and I think it was LAN. I hope it was LAN. And they're like, oh, who's this 92-year-old? Are they here to support their grandchild? Nah, they're here to kick your ass.
I just picture, 100%. She's just there to kick butt. I just picture her walking in with the cane and a little bit of swag, almost like a pimp, just, walking in, and she's just twirling the controller as on her way in, It's just... Now, to be fair, this was a tournament set up for older individuals, so she was not competing against the young crowd. But that's not how it takes place in my own mind. In my own mind, she's just kicking everybody's butt. Either way, kudos to her. Goes out there, wins a video game tournament. I hope we could all enjoy victory at whatever age we are in. Specifically for ages 73 and up, essentially. And she defeated someone 21 years younger than her in the finals. So this was Reiko Yokota facing off against Goro Sugiyama, and she won. So she was noted for her superior button mashing technique.
That's a wild story. It's crazy to me that they found enough people, even 8. I find it crazy that they found even 8 participants between the ages of 73 and 95 to be able to put on this tournament.
Well, to be fair, this was set in Japan. It was founded by, it was founded in 2019 in the Mei Prefecture. And it's, so, not to toot my own horn, but I learned through a recent trip that Japan has a lot of programs for the elderly to keep them active and out of the house, which makes sense because Japan has the highest centurion population, that's 100 and older, in the entire world. So with that heavily aged population, you're definitely going to want to find things to keep them active and not just potatoes, which they do a great job of. So put on this event, others show up, have a good time. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think you would, to your point, find 8 people of that age in the United States that would compete because, oh man, we do not do well when we get to that age in this country. But, I mean, there are some exceptions, obviously, but we definitely don't have the same population. but we enough of some awesome elderly people kicking butt. We are going to go ahead and get into some more explosive news, as it has been floated around the world for powering data centers with old school military nuclear reactors, which means your data is going atomic.
Oh, that was so bad, Plague.
I don't care. I love it, and I'm going to keep dishing it out, and you can't stop me.
Oh, man. I mean, look, AI drains power like none other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. But what generates power like none other? Nuclear reactors.
Well, generates power and sustainable power, and
yes.
as is the concern, it is also technically the cleanest, one of the cleanest versions of power as well. So
yes, it is, and also the safest.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
including Hiroshima.
Well, you mean the you're going between a nuclear plant and atomic bombs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I meant Chernobyl.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I figured.
We were talking about Japanese. Yeah. Whatever.
No. Well. But the thing is that you look at those. The only one that was really, not human error was what you were looking for is the Fukushima power plant.
Thank you.
With the tidal wave, or with the water, the massive waves that kind of overwhelmed it, and even then, it took a massive act of God to cause a problem because of all the safeties built in. You look at the other one, which obviously you mentioned was Chernobyl, and that was corruption and towing the party line in communist Russia to the finest, as no one wanted to admit that there was a design flaw, and even when problems were happening, no one wanted to admit there was a problem, and then they tried to cover up as best they could, and sent a lot of people to their deaths. So again, human error, not really the, energy itself. So, that being said, obviously sensationalized it a little bit. There are plenty of different concepts for using nuclear power in data centers. Microsoft signed a 20-year deal to restart the 3 Mile Island unit. Amazon paid $650 million for a nuclear-powered campus. Oracle is designing an AI-scaled data center campus powered by 3 small modular reactors. That's going to be SMR as we continue this conversation, just a much smaller version of a nuclear reactor, i.e., the other proposal being a nuclear reactor from an old decommissioned U.S. military warship, usually a carrier or submarine. Now, I would highly doubt that the military reactor gets repurposed just for the nature of what it is, and I'm sure classified to high heaven is just not going to happen. I like the idea of repurposing something that's already built and probably still functional with maintenance, especially in a more stationary position, but I doubt that one would actually happen. But I do think that as SMRs become, as more money gets invested in them, I think you're going to see kind of the Fallout game world concept where you are going to start see a lot more smaller modular reactors in various places, especially for high draw places like data centers.
Yep. Definitely.
So that hopefully will be something cool that happens, and just keep in mind that when you're doing your game streaming, you might be using a small nuclear reactor to power your game time. And we live in the future.
I'm slowly waiting for our computers to just have tiny nuclear reactors inside of them, and that's how we power them.
Look, okay, the cars had small nuclear explosions and fallout when I blew them up. Okay, the computers did not. Therefore, not gonna happen. Okay, if it didn't happen in Fallout, it's not gonna happen here. Now, I mean,
real question.
You're looking for like nuclear batteries is kind of where you're probably gonna see something like that first.
See, you say it didn't happen in Fallout, but the only thing I care about is, did it happen in Family Guy?
Why Family Guy?
Because like Family Guy, The Simpsons, Futurama, pick one. Like any of them, they constantly predict the future. Well,
it's funny you say that, because I actually just showed someone the other day I want to say famous because I loved it and it stuck with me. The famous Futurama clip where it was a PSA about dating robots, because Fry has a robot Blank and he downloads Lucy Liu's likeness to it and starts dating it. So at one point, a character shows him a PSA about not dating robots because you can't continue the human civilization when dating a robot, as in you don't get anything from it. And Razer just announced Project Ava, which is going to give you your desktop waifu. So you are this close to just having that dateable robot. And hey, it may also be powered by a small nuclear reactor at some point. Who knows? But
oh, jeez.
What this is it's basically a small cylindrical unit the size of, let's say, a large thermos that's going to sit on your desk, and it will be a hologram of a generated or scanned in real life person, which we'll mention those in a moment, and will be powered by Grok, and we'll do some other cool things. But at the end of the day, it's basically going to be a desktop hologram AI assistant, waifu or husbando, depending on your preference. So
I find it really crazy, to be honest, that they opted to go with like a standalone physical object rather than purchase software.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. Are gamers going to want to run extra software on their computer that might slow down their gaming performance?
Are you telling me that this isn't gonna require that?
So, from what it looks like, is it will be powered through the network by connecting to and processing through AI data servers, i.e. Grok, not something necessarily being processed locally. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of that, but I would imagine it's going to be more strenuous on your bandwidth than it is going to be on your processing power.
That's fair.
But that's just me making a guess based off of what they've said. So, a 5.5-inch animated avatar, which will be real-time rendered with 3D holographic display and eye tracking. It will have dual far-field mics, HD camera, and ambient light sensors, downfiring speakers, RGB lighting. It will connect to your PC via USB-C. It will run AI, the Grok AI, LLM, sorry, designed with an open architecture, and will have an adaptive learning engine so that it can personalize interactions with you. So you can, what was that one movie? Was it Her? Where he gets into like a relationship with the AI assistant on his phone?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Her.
Well, so now you can have a 5.5-inch actual hologram that you can get into that relationship with.
You know, this is just the expansion of VTubers.
Oh my god, dude. They could sell their model. You could sell the model and have it be on the desktop. Oh man, I already know one friend right now that would instantly buy a specific model.
My immediate thought process was like, oh, I'll just put my girlfriend's model in there and call it a day.
I don't know how I feel about that. How does she feel about that? If you could talk to a version that was 100% subservient to you and had to actually do everything that you said. And you could make it do whatever you want. How would she feel about that?
It wouldn't be any different than life. No, but actually, what would be super interesting is if instead I could feed that AI all of her streams, all of her YouTube videos, recordings of her in real life to just effectively remake her, right? Not that I'm getting rid of this one.
Wait,
but it would still be interesting.
You're just upgrading to or you're not upgrading, you're supplementing with the 5.5 inch model.
Correct.
Speaking of models, initially what was announced is Ava is going to be like the general female character. Kira will be the female-inspired character. Ava will be a minimalized kind of general logo. And Zane will be the heavily tattooed male general character. And then a few specific ones are going to be Sao, S-A-O, which was the influencer that had the very cutesy kind of posing where she puffs out her cheeks that kind of went around the internet a little bit back, and you can pull that up and take a look at that. And then the other one is going to be, interestingly enough, Faker, which also has some other news in today's episode. So, if you needed to get some League of Legends advice, you could have Faker as your model, because what the other thing it does is it actually is a real-time gaming coach, as you will use the HD cameras to analyze the player's monitor and gameplay and provide real-time strategy advice, loadout recommendations, and other translations. So when you get called all kinds of horrendous, unsayable things, you can now have that translated to you so you know exactly what they're saying about you.
Will Faker cuss at me in Korean?
I mean, he could probably cuss at you in any language with Project Ava.
True.
Oh, man. But yeah, so is it interesting? Absolutely. How useful will it be? I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it is at least something interesting that will be coming out. Any last comments on that?
Nope. I look forward to seeing how much it is really adopted.
I mean, I don't even know how much, it's supposedly coming out in the latter half of 2026. I'm curious as to how much stock they even have. And because here's the thing, I use a lot of AI for busy work stuff, and it does great. And there's short videos that AI can make, and the images that they can make are pretty nice. I am interested to see how in real time it will have this conversation, because you can do live conversations with Gemini and Grok, obviously, and
right.
It's okay. But when you're not doing basically any input and it just has to talk to you, I personally worry it would get really annoying.
Yeah, since we're on the topic, one of the issues that I've had with AI, especially with live conversation AI, is that they don't usually communicate to you unless they're responding, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And they often can't continue a conversation.
They can continue if it makes sense with what you've asked them to do. For instance, if you do the live thing with the camera open, and let's say you're in the airport, you can say, hey, I need to get to terminal whatever, help me get there, and, keep it up. And generally it'll give you directions of where you need to go, ask you to go look at something, that type of thing. But that's because it's doing the thing that you asked it to do, not holding a conversation realistically.
Exactly.
But yeah, well, I'm sure at some point, as they spend the next 2 years of our memory on it, it will get better.
Oh, man.
We'll get to that, though. Alrighty. So, just a bit, not something super important, but I just thought it was a little interesting and a lot funny later. Somebody by the name of a Redditor of Uncleseeth is how I'm going to say that. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Uncle Seath.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. Dang it. Yeah, you nailed it. Uncle Seath. Anyways, is supposedly the first person to fully assemble an entire North American Xbox 360 game catalog at 1,353 titles, with the estimates of how much it took him to complete it, or it's valued at, is $20,000. I mean, it's a lot of games.
It's a lot of terrible games.
You're not wrong. I didn't include it in here, but imagine all the Maddens you would have to own.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Like, something along the lines of 10 to 15, probably?
Yep.
Depending on how big the overlap was between 360 and 1.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're right. Yeah, 2005, 2013. I mean, at minimum 10. And then somewhere between 10 and 15, I would imagine.
Yeah.
The other thing that he talked about how terrible it was to try to find and get were like all the subpar titles. Like, think about all of the Cabela's hunting games. Just a mass amount of, essentially, in that time period, shovelware.
You can't make me.
That would have been given out. Yeah. So he collected a lot of games. Apparently, his goal is to get, the 1,000 gamer score in each game. Currently, he has 497,000 gamer score. So
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know if he has already beaten Fable 3 or not. Because you can't play the Xbox 360 version of Fable 3 anymore.
Oh, because of like the online stuff?
Yes, it is completely impossible.
Well,
it's possible on PC because of modding, but it's impossible on Xbox 360 now.
I mean, you could technically mod the systems, but I don't recall him seeing that it was modded. He's still running a 2011 Xbox 360 Elite, which honestly kind of impressive, like 14 years later. But
I was going to say...
especially given the early problems with the unit, but they were fixed by this point.
Yeah.
But you bring up a good... Sorry, go on.
And I was just going to say, let us pray for this man that he doesn't get a red ring of death.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure they fixed it by this point, but I think we should all still pray for it just in case.
Yeah, probably.
But you brought up a good point about preservation, which I hope even the crappy games, just to keep their existence alive, I hope he does, with all of the copies he has, get them online in a legal way for his own storage. Is how I would say that. As a lot of games that exist in our culture are at risk of being unavailable or already unavailable, as physical copies die, break down, or, as you pointed out, access to online stuff becomes unavailable. Specifically in his collection, you're talking about 47 to 220 digital-only tiles that are gone when they shut down the marketplace in 2024.
Yep.
So, yeah, hopefully he does something for that and kind of gets it all preserved. One last interesting note. He was delighted by Deadfall Adventures, which was a game about from Farm 51, describing it as having an Indiana Jones vibe, which I have never heard of this game in my life.
Me neither.
So apparently, if you own a 360, go try to find Deadfall Adventures. Anyways,
you probably can't. Good luck.
The main reason I brought this in because the ending is just... I only knew of this story because GameStop retweeted it. And if you haven't figured out where I'm going with this, They retweeted it with the caption, $4 trade-in credit.
Oh man, that's real. That's the stupid part, is that that's real. They probably would give you $4 store credit for all of that.
Oh, come on. I bet you could at least get 75 cents for each title. That's like, what, $1,000?
Nah. Definitely not.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I saw that cracked up, and I thought this was interesting enough for someone this dedicated, but yeah, I just thought it was $4 trade-in credit, 1,300 titles. Yeah, okay. That sounds about right.
Pretty much.
Alrighty. Well, that'll end.
GameStop.
Right, yeah, dude, GameStop. I mean, their social media game has been on point as of late. Did you see the shade they threw at Best Buy?
I did not.
Oh, you've missed this? So, do you have YouTube Premium?
Of course.
Okay. Did you ever see just because maybe you were at work or something, not logged into your account, the ads that were the Best Buy ads where it was like the girl that was like, "Welcome to the Tech Lab" or whatever? Like,
no.
They constantly played. So for anyone that didn't have Premium, it was like this specific YouTube ad with this specific girl that was talking about like the Best Buy Tech Zone or something. She was everywhere, okay? Well, she disappeared for a while, and then GameStop posted a tweet that said, "Yo, we stole your girl." And it was that actress now doing a GameStop ad in a similar vein. So their social media game has been on point lately. All right, anyways.
Identical to the Verizon and T-Mobile dude.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Well, anyways, I hope you all can hear us now as we head in to business and econ. Alrighty, as always, we're definitely in over our heads as we get into the business side of it. Just a kind of quick thing to throw out there, because I'm not sure how much we're going to get into it, but Discord has confidentially filed for an initial public offering, aka an IPO, working with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, with a potential debut targeting March 2026. This is a bummer for me, because, look, I understand that it's hard to monetize Discord in terms of making a profit. I realize that it's been going because of investor money for as long as it has been. But as soon as you go, to public, you are beholden to the shareholder, and it becomes about making the money. And we'll get into it. It's not a sure thing yet, but if this were to happen, I would worry about Discord's future in terms of how much we enjoy it as a gaming collective.
Yeah, Discord going public would not be a fun time, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, here's what's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. Discord goes public. It does a bunch of stupid monetization crap. Somebody recreates original Discord, and we all swap to that.
Yeah.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people can't realize that. Like, I've had Discord Nitro for the longest time.
Yeah, you even made me get it.
Yep. for a number of different reasons. Number one, the file size limit is huge. The ability to use emojis cross-server and in DMs is pretty huge. But also because I want to support them. I use them daily. I use them probably hourly, to be honest.
So you're just using me to keep Discord around, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's fair. Look, I know a lot of people can't afford a lot of things in the world, and that's okay. You should only be purchasing things within your means. Don't ever go into debt unnecessarily if you can avoid it for luxury stuff. But if you can and you have a little bit of extra money, you should support the things you like in this world, because that's how you get more of them, and that's how they stick around for as long as they are. It's one of the reasons where if I really love a movie, I'll go try to buy a copy of it just to give my money kind of to that specific piece of work. I don't buy a lot of movies, I'll tell you that right now, but I would say probably maybe one a year, or, one every 18 months or something like that. Something that I really like. So yeah, definitely should put your money where your mouth is for products that you like. However, Microsoft did really like Discord, which is why they tried to buy Discord in 2021 for $10 to $12 billion, which Discord rejected. The last valuation for funding that they raised was $15 billion. The current outlook for the market when they debut is looking at around $10 billion. So lots of
interesting
money that none of us will ever see being thrown around. That's for sure.
You don't just have 10 billion?
No, hold on. Let me check under my cat. Nope, she's not hiding it. So I don't. They estimated revenue for 2025 for Discord was $879 million, which is quite a big increase from 2024, as Discord is the thing that we all love to use. So not shock. So everybody pray out there that this doesn't necessarily happen, or if it does, they at least hold on to their soul. I think it's one of the reasons that we all love Steam, and Steam is still as awesome as it is, because if you don't know, Steam is still a private entity and is not a publicly traded company. This is a confidential filing, so nothing has officially been announced, so the listing could still technically be pulled at any time.
One other thing that I will mention is that with it going public, if you really want it to stay, if it does actually go public and you really want it to just stay as it is, buy shares. Like, I hate to say it, right? Because effectively at that point you're quote unquote becoming the problem. But in stock ownership, you also get votes. So who knows? Enough gamers actually having stocks in Discord could let us control what it actually does.
So I know this was a completely different scenario, but basically you're talking about gamers coming together like crypto guys came together for GameStop, basically, or AMC, whichever one it was. And
it was GameStop.
It was a GameStop, and it just in a different light where you're forcing ownership amongst all gamers.
Yes, but who should own Discord, right? The answer is gamers.
I mean, sure.
It's what made Discord Discord.
I was going to say where it started.
Yeah. So I can tell you right now, if it does end up going public, I will probably buy quite a few stocks.
Yeah. 1, 2 stocks.
It really depends on the price. Like if we're talking, what, $10, $20 a share, I'll probably buy close to $1,000 worth.
I mean, fair.
But if we're talking like $100 a share,
bro,
different story.
That's like 64 gigs of RAM.
And?
I mean, one is guaranteed to rise essentially in the next year.
You're not wrong.
All right, and on that note, let's get into some memory price crisis updates. Oh, man. So, being affected by the AI hoarding of memory, Asus and AMD and NVIDIA are basically all announcing and stating that there will be price hikes for products in 2026, with some of them already starting. So as of January 5th, which of this recording was a couple days ago, Asus put out an official announcement that basically said there will be price adjustments, and those adjustments are not lower, on selected product combinations, specifically ROG Ally, gaming laptops, and other things, citing upward pressure on costs for key components, particularly memory. So,
I always find the wording, like the word choice of these companies, really funny. You see it in like credit companies as like they give you notifications as well, like if your credit went up or down. Like if it goes down, we're like, oh, it's on sale, it's on sale, it's on sale. But if it goes up, they're like, it's been adjusted.
it's been we're just
And
we're
we have
meeting
a word for that.
market change.
We have a word for that. It's called inflation.
Well, I mean, yes, but this one is supply and demand more so than specifically inflation. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's still inflating, regardless.
Low supply, high demand means sad gamers. AMD and NVIDIA will be having phased hikes. AMD will start increasing kind of prices this month, with NVIDIA following in February. This is basically going to affect GPUs, as potentially 80% of some of the GPU manufacturing costs are made up from the memory costs. And because you're going to be talking about the high-end memory in these newer GPUs. And you're going to expect kind of incremental monthly hikes through 2026, with 5090s potentially hitting $5,000 by the end of the year, which doesn't surprise me because you're already starting to see prices in the high 3,000s and low 4,000s.
I want to see graphics cards become modular.
Yeah. Where,
Yeah.
what, you buy the RAM separately?
Yeah. You buy the RAM separately, you buy the processing unit separately. It's basically just a tiny computer.
Yeah, but you can't. Because one of the things that they're actually trying to solve now with removable RAM in computers is when they are soldered in specifically at a short distance to the actual processing unit, you get a much higher performance.
I mean, fair.
I'm just saying.
But, I mean,
it would be cool, but you can't really necessarily facilitate that.
We've talked about it before, but I think we are at a point in our technology, specifically for the purposes of gaming, right? Mm-hmm. Not talking about anything else, but for the purposes of gaming, we are at the point that the hardware is not the problem in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. Like, even a 30 series card is equivalent, or not necessarily equivalent, but like good, right? It will get you through most games. The only games that it won't get you through are generally games that are poorly optimized.
I would also argue that like super high-end flagship titles, regardless of optimization,
sure,
and are going to struggle if you're on a higher resolution monitor than 1080p.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, but
a little bit of foreshadowing. I really hope that you agree with your own statement that you like those 30 series cards. We'll come back to that. Anyways, I don't think you're wrong. I just hate that the choice is essentially being taken away. Right?
Oh, 100%.
Already it was the people with a lot of money that could afford 5090s, and you're reducing that pool even down further now. Which is, because $5,000 for a GPU is an affordable used car. So, like, this is used car money for a graphics card.
Yeah, well, not even just that. It's double the price of every other component in your PC.
Double,
like combined.
Potentially like triple, yeah.
Double combined.
I'm still saying potentially tripled. Like, if you have a $1,500 PC outside of the GPU, right, you're at $4,500, and if that card hits $5,000, you are tripling the price of the rest of your PC.
Yep. I mean, RAM in and of itself is pricey.
Even if we were like factoring in like some okay-ish RAM prices, like it'd be nuts. I mean, so speaking of that though, Framework basically gave you a little bit more of an insight specifically as they had significant price hikes on their DDR5 modules. Basically, the 48 gig module jumped from $240 to $620, with the price per gigabyte sitting at $10 now.
Jeez.
So that's what you're looking at. And if you thought that it was going to stop at just computer or gaming related items, well, I would have to point out and just maybe jog your memory a little bit that RAM isn't used in just those items. It's used in all kinds of tech stuff. Samsung specifically, co-CEO TM Rowe confirmed memory shortages will drive inevitable price increases across all consumer electronic devices, referring to smart TVs, appliances, obviously phones, and even things like refrigerators and washing machines.
Cars.
I mean, yeah, well, to
it
be
will
fair,
probably
though, like, in the grand scheme of the cost of a car, but yeah.
I mean, sure.
Yeah,
but at the exact same time, yeah, RAM is used everywhere.
I mean, think about it. Even like a mid-range washing machine, like you're talking about potentially 10 to 20% increase if, the RAM is high enough.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I'd be surprised if a washing machine uses more than like 4 gigs of RAM, and honestly, I'm overshooting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. I don't know off the top of my head how much RAM a fridge has in it.
Me neither.
But
I'm really tempted to rip one open, though.
Rip one open. You could just Google it.
No.
The only way to know is for me to open it and get into it. I must see what's inside.
I need first-hand knowledge, Plague. First-hand knowledge.
You sound like some demented D&D wizard, which let me read your memory.
I do generally play wizards.
Okay, well, then I guess wanting to rip open something to see its memory makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Or is that more of a barbarian, I guess? Let me see your brain. Anyways, I did... I was looking at potentially trying to upgrade a NVMe SSD kind of before things get even crazier. And like you're already looking at like heavy price increases on those too, which is sad. Like just for like 2 terabyte drives.
Yeah. I know. I have 3 NVMEs in my PC right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte, 1 500 gig. We won't talk about how I acquired the 500 gig one.
Well, just so you know, if you ever upgrade and your board has high enough USB-C data slots, you can get external enclosures with little mini fans in them.
Fair enough.
They'll technically be better performance than a SATA SSD. You're
True.
Like looking at, like seriously, like a 40 gig USB-C slot will run at PCIe 3 speeds.
That's wild.
Which is plenty enough to run games. So
yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That's insane. Alrighty.
The sad thing, I don't think I put it on here. Did I add this? No, I think I forgot. But anyways, you could be looking with everything here like a contraction of the PC gaming market, which is sad because it is pretty dang healthy at the moment, which is unfortunate.
True.
Alrighty. So, speaking of enjoying a 3060 and old hardware, let's get into shop class. Alright, shop class, where we take a look at some tech tools in the industry hardware. So, surprisingly, a lot of the heads of all these major companies agree with you, Haru, and they've decided to be benevolent and restart production or increase production or push SKUs of older units to deal with the memory crisis. Specifically, You're looking at a resurgence of the AM4 platform, which the reason for that is because it uses DDR4, which is going to be Zen 3. You're looking at, and we'll kind of get into all of this, but you're going to be looking at SODIMM to DIMM adapters and a NVIDIA pushing the RTX 3060 as well. Again, because the 3060 uses GDDR5 instead of GDDR7. Oh my goodness, I hate all of this.
You created this problem! Stop punishing us for a problem you created!
Yep, 100%. Asus and Gigabyte have already announced that they're kind of continuing rather than... so basically they had announcements to wind down AM4 production. Specifically the motherboards, right? B550, A520s for like Intel side of it, because same thing for the Intel equivalent. And instead of ramping down, they've announced that they are either going to continue production at the same rate or even potentially increase it a little bit. And AMD confirmed, and so this is from internal from AMD, confirmed that they basically are reintroducing Zen 3 production, i.e. the 5000 series of processors, for that AM4 socket, which kind of wild that 50% of their CPU sales in early 2025 were Ryzen 5000 chips. So apparently they've decided, yeah, no one can buy DDR5 RAM anyways, so here's an old processor. That's good enough, right?
I hate it. I hate it all. It's all dumb. I'm very thankful that when the 7900 XT came out, 9070 XT, I keep doing that. When the 9070 XT came out, I upgraded my computer to effectively just match the 9070 XT launch date. And very, very glad that I did for both me and Demi. Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, dude, this is insane. That's like saying, look, we've run out of rubber for tires. But you know what was good? Those wooden and metal wagon wheels.
Oh, man.
So, you know, we're going to restart production of those, and you can add them to your car.
I don't know that our cars would survive that.
No. Well, I mean, I don't know, shocks now. I don't think the wheels would survive that, is what I don't think would happen. I think they would tear themselves apart.
Yeah, they'd probably just collapse given the weight.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just insane. It's insane that the solution to all the memory, high-end memory, being eaten up by AI companies is to just push old hardware on the peons. Yeah, we still want to sell you stuff, and we know you want to buy stuff. So instead of giving you the stuff that we've created over the last 4 years, right? Because Zen 3 5000 series processors was essentially 2020. We're gonna push this old stuff onto you. Speaking of which, NVIDIA is also restarting production of the 3060, the 12 gig version, because it doesn't use GDDR7, which both the 40s and 50 series do, I believe, or at least the 40 series is GDDR6. So, like, either way, higher end than GDDR5. I get it's the exact same thing. Hey, we can't provide you the newer hardware. We talked to you about last week about cuts, right, to the 50 series that NVIDIA is doing, potentially up to 40%. We can't get you those cards. So instead, here's a card from 2019 slash 2020. That's good enough, right? Right, Haru? It can run games good enough? That's what people should be buying in 2026?
So, when I said 30 series... I meant like 3070 to 3090. Because the 3060 might as well just be a 2070.
I mean, hey, it's the most popular gaming GPU on the Steam metrics at 6%.
Yeah, because NVIDIA's prices are too fucking high and they always have been.
This is unfathomable to me. I can't believe we live in this reality where this is the hardware that's being pushed just because they can't make enough of the new stuff for AI companies, and we all suffer.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. I mean, So we have a term for when a company doesn't have enough stock when they launch.
Yeah.
We need to create a term for when the company doesn't have enough stock for a flagship product that has been launched for over a year.
Why would we call it a false flagship?
False flagship? Oh, man.
I mean,
yeah. An FFS.
Yep, an FSS. Or maybe we should call it slight vaporware.
Vaporware. I love it.
Or semi-permeable vaporware.
Semi-permeable vaporware. Oh, man. All right. I think we should move on at this point.
Okay. An interesting point. Some enterprising individuals have started repurposing DDR5 SODIMM modules. That's going to be your laptop RAM, essentially, into desktop systems, which does save you about 30% because you can buy a $10 to $20 SODIMM to DIMM adapter to put into your computer. But I would not necessarily advise everyone to do this, as obviously there's going to be some performance degradation.
Yeah.
You're going to have issues with signal integrity. You're going to have to downclock. You're going to have to work on stability.
Yep. And on top of that, adding an adapter just adds another point of potential failure.
Yep.
So
100%.
I would not recommend.
No. I mean, unless you legitimately don't have the money and this is your only option. But even then, I would say if you can, you should be better off waiting.
Yeah.
But if you already have the SODIMM modules, I guess, because you're getting rid of an older laptop or whatever, I guess you could try it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could.
Good luck. Let us know how it goes.
Right. Another interesting trend that I ran across, again, because of unavailability of memory, specifically a PC boutique builder by the name of Paradox Customs has actually started offering a SKU of an entire computer with no RAM.
Might as well just take the GPU out too at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong. Hey, maybe that's going to be the next SKU. No GPU SKU, and then the third SKU will be no RAM or GPU. So essentially, you're buying a case, a PSU, a motherboard, and a processor. You've bought 4 items. I guess fans. You can buy 5 items.
Good luck.
Oh man, dude. I mean, look, I can respect it, okay? I can respect and say, hey, it's easy to put in RAM. So you can buy our computer that's fully ready to go, and you can then just wait and look for a good deal on RAM.
Yeah.
Or maybe you go to Craigslist, right, to get some older RAM to put into your computer for the time being. I at least respect the option, because to be clear here, this is not a forced SKU. This is an option people can select. So I at least respect and could see a situation in which this would make sense. But
yeah, I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Like right now, pre-builts are generally cheaper than building for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Largely because these, PC builder companies, they get massive deals because they purchase in bulk.
Plus it's older stock.
And it tends to be older stock, exactly. Like you can pretty much build a PC at like Micro Center or buy a PC off of like Amazon or something for like a half, like 150%. No, words are hard. Like half to like twice as much. It's just ridiculous.
Yep. It's you're not wrong. I don't have a problem with it existing, especially if you get to that RAM section. Because keep in mind, this is like you're building your computer on the boutique website, right? Like Starforge, CyberPower, all of them offer like build your computer on their website where you're picking and choosing what you want. And once you get to the RAM, it's, plus $900. So I can at least respect it from that section. But Haru is right. It will change. We've already made mention in previous courses about Dell raising prices, and we just talked about Framework raising prices. Right now, though, all-in-one units, i.e. pre-builts or laptops, haven't been as affected yet by these price increases, although they are clearly being affected. So right now, your best option, and I've seen a lot of people post on Reddit right now, it's like, yeah, I just found this pre-built, and even though I've built every computer from scratch in my life, I just can't beat the price. It's like, yeah, if that's what you got the money for now, you're probably better off getting the pre-built right now.
And the really stupid part, and I know I talked about this like a week or two ago, but at the end of the day, if you like already have all the pieces, just buy a pre-built and then third-party sell the stuff you don't need.
You're not wrong either.
You're gonna get the RAM for cheaper in that method.
Yep. And I've been seeing deals too of like bundles of stuff that's pretty good, and you can sell the one component that you don't need or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you may want to hold on to that component for a little while to make sure that everything is functioning, because you can't return it without that component.
True. Yeah, you may. Yeah. I have nothing to add. It's 100% good advice. Alrighty.
Oh, so, PlayStation in the news again.
Yeah, they're in the news again. This actually happened that same week, but there just wasn't the time to include it. And it wasn't as time sensitive as making sure people are protected for their hacked accounts. So this week we're going to talk about the news that came out that the PlayStation 5 ROM keys actually leaked basically on New Year's, which is bad. Haru, why is having ROM keys for your current generation console bad?
There's so many reasons. Which one to go for?
I don't know. There's a lot of bad ones, that's for sure.
I mean, it can't be replaced. Like, no. You're just screwed. You're just completely screwed. Like, your only option is what? Just throw away that PS5 and make a new one?
Yeah. I mean, like legitimately, you'd have to have new hardware, but all your games still have to be compatible with new and old hardware.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can't just put a new level of hardware out there with different keys and then go, yeah, only games work with this version of the PlayStation 5. That's just not acceptable. So, like, they're screwed. So basically, these ROM keys give you basically blue level access, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And so you can start compromising games and start making playable mods or ROMs, right? So I haven't ever followed it enough, but I would bet it's especially surprising to have ROMs available for a current generation console and not a few years later.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, and they propagated.
This is gonna be
quickly.
A fun year.
Right, yeah, I mean, and hey, definitely don't do that thing. It's bad. Don't do it.
Yeah,
but
whatever that thing is, I don't know what we're talking about, but that thing, don't do it.
So to give you a full breakdown, essentially it allows people to study and decrypt the official PS5 bootloader. You can develop custom firmware to bypass security checks, create pathways for pirated games and homebrew software, and it heavily accelerates what we were alluding to, which is the PS5 emulation development, especially for things like, I don't know, maybe portable gaming handheld PCs, maybe a Steam Deck or two. I don't know.
Yep.
So, yeah, maybe units will be available for people to enjoy as they go along. What I did see a funny story that I didn't include in here, that some older, unique PlayStation titles that necessarily didn't sell crazily well, their prices shot up from like $20 on eBay to like $300.
That's funny.
Yeah, because people getting ready for that emulation.
Yep.
Oh,
For
man.
sure.
There has been no public available announcement made by Sony as of this recording. I doubt they'll address it in any way. There's just no reason for them to bring attention to it. So I assume they'll just ignore it and move along, because realistically, if it wasn't for the memory apocalypse, we'd probably be getting a new PlayStation/Xbox in the next year or two. I assume that's going to be in 2 to 3 years now at this point. So this probably won't be as much of a concern for them as soon as that next console launches anyways.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the number one reason for pirating in general is lack of access, right? I don't know a lot of people who would pirate games in mass, I should say. Because at the end of the day, if you can buy it and it's not outrageously expensive, just buy it. It's usually easier.
Yeah, I will say you and I know people that definitely do it out of principle as well, is another popular one.
Yeah.
But, that's their choice as human beings and doesn't, affect me personally. But, to each their own navigating life, let's say. Alrighty. Well, unless you have any other messages about this, we'll move in to our second to last segment, Civics and Sociology. Alright, everybody, circle up as we take a look at some of the aspects in the gaming community and some of the institutions at work. Haru, this is not deja vu when you're looking at the podcast script.
Are you sure?
I know we talked about it just last week.
It's feeling like it.
Right? But Siege/Ubisoft has been affected twice since then, which makes that a total of 3 different instances. Specifically on January 4th, there was a ban system breach where unauthorized 67-day suspension notices were being sent to random players for all kinds of things. And just FYI, in case you didn't get that, 6-7.
I hate you so much. All right, this is going to be the last podcast.
Hey, it's not me, it's them. There were literally fake notifications going 67 of your reports led to sanctions. That they were flooding the system as they fake banned people. Well, I guess real banned people, but not, from Ubisoft.
Real Ubisoft, fake bans?
Yeah, real fake bans. Or fake real bans, I guess, is how that would go. But Ubisoft acknowledged it on X on January 5th and confirmed bans issued between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern on January 4th were unauthorized and that would be rolled back or not applicable. Which everyone was like, thank goodness. Wow, this is insane. Twice in such a short period of time. Glad it can't get any worse. And if anyone knows anything, as soon as you say that, on January 5 to 6, the 5th to the 6th, they also then had custom message injections where hackers injected custom text directly into game objects and lobby elements, like kudos, smells, and snuffles, and other ridiculous phrases. It basically just demonstrated that they still had access to some portion of the system, although no bans, I think, at this particular time. It resulted in wider server disconnects and synchronization errors across all platforms. Apparently, the motivation for this incident was some attention-seeking and exposing of security flaws, as no data theft or financial gain kind of resulted from this. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, how do you continue to let this go and be a problem? We're now 3 different incidents at this point.
I mean, so as someone who works in IT, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a company large enough, what we say is that it's not a matter of if you get hacked, it's a matter of when.
Sure.
Now,
plan for the inevitable, right?
Yeah. The problem is, the when you get hacked scenario generally stems from you have valuable information and it's your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this scenario, it's, hey, Ubisoft, F you.
Yep. They basically
that's all this is
for a joyride, right?
This is like, I'm sure that you pulled this motivation from somewhere that they directly stated it. But like when you were talking about it initially, I'm sitting here and just wondering, like, is this hacktivists? Right? Are they angry that Ubisoft sold to a different company?
Personally, especially with that initial music lyrics one, my guess is that somebody found it, discovered it, or whatever you want to classify it, and then thought up a bunch of ways that they could use it and abuse it for fun, and then went about doing that. Yeah, especially if they might be a younger individual, a la the 6-7 reference.
Yeah. I mean, they probably are, but at the exact same time, I've had 50-year-olds 6-7 me, so here we are. Granted, again, I work in IT.
Was that unironically, though? Did they unironically 6-7 you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I work in IT. IT is full of a bunch of children who don't really grow up and also tend to stay pretty up to date with modern times. So,
yeah. I mean, fair. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You're 100% right. Well, you're not going to hear from Ubisoft, at least not yet. After the initial problem and announcements and messages that they put about that, they have not responded as of this recording to anything new and any of the new stuff. A lot of people are pointing to and guessing, because of the lack of an official data breach, a systemic API security issue.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. I mean, it feels like this is everywhere now. Like, I don't know if companies are just getting lazy or what. But like Tarkov, PlayStation, Ubisoft, I'm sure Microsoft has one somewhere they've managed to keep covered up.
To be fair, the PlayStation one was social engineering.
I mean, yes, it's social engineering, but at the exact same time, that's just a terrible security design in the first place.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Right? Like, you could call it social engineering if I can walk into your place of business that does not have a customer entrance. Right? You can call that social engineering all you want, but the point of the matter is I got to the middle of your building and nobody stopped me.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, it would feel so bad to have a security entrance at the place you work that doesn't even really check your ID as you enter, and you can get into the building as long as you have something that vaguely has the same colors. Yeah. Anyways, speaking of which, more bad news for Ubisoft, as well, not bad news, more just along the lines of bad press that they kind of are bringing on themselves as they continue to just be kind of what looks like on the surface as incompetent. They completely shut down at the Halifax studio in Nova Scotia, and being shut down isn't necessarily newsworthy. It's 71 jobs. It's sad, and that's a bummer, but there's a lot of cuts around the industry. What makes this one unique is 1 month prior, this specific studio had voted to unionize.
Sounds like retaliation to me.
It absolutely does sound like that. So, officially certified on December 18th, with 61 workers covered. The studio was working on various mobile titles, not necessarily anything that I would classify as major. And approved and then shut down a month later. Now, it does seem like it's retaliation, and you'll be unsurprised to hear that Canada does have laws against retaliation. However, Ubisoft explained the shutdown as part of a 24-month company-wide plan to, quote, streamline operations, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. It insisted the closure was unrelated and was well before the union filed. And unfortunately, which I'm sure it will go through the courts, they will have to prove it in court. Because on the surface, they could make an argument that it was part of a streamlined shutdown as it was production was winding down on those titles, which is unfortunate for all the people involved.
I mean, when it comes down to it, hey, Canada, check that metadata.
True.
Like,
show me the metadata, show me the documents that have the, backup, the data to back it up that says, yes, this existed before the union voted.
Yeah, and did not get modified.
Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, and nothing affected.
Yep.
Just a little bit of blurb that I thought was interesting to go along with the rest of the Ubisoft negativity, let's say.
I mean, layoffs suck. We've been there.
True. We have all been there. Alrighty. I would like to think that in the year 2026, it wouldn't be a big problem for larger enterprises and IPs to renew their certificates.
Ha.
So, what specifically happened? Well, Riot, again, forgot to renew their certificate for League of Legends, which caused global login failures on January 4th, and millions of people were blocked, couldn't get in, Windows was flagging the client as a security risk, and no one could play League of Legends. And I say again, because this happened in 2016 as well, to which they had a 10-year SSL/TLS certificate issued at that point, and then promptly decided to not put that on any sort of Google Calendar. And when those 10 years were up, it happened again.
Do you know how a lot of companies have like world clocks?
Yeah.
On like a wall somewhere?
Uh-huh.
They, and in fact, I think a lot of companies need time until certificate expire clocks on their wall. And when one hits 0, it just needs to blare an alarm.
Well, that would have been good for the 10-year certificate. I'm not sure you're going to have a wall clock that will last the 100 years for the next certificate, as they basically picked up a century certificate that doesn't expire until 21, well, I believe 2126, even though I have written here 2125. So 100 years is the next time it's up.
Here's the problem with this. Okay. As someone, again, who works in IT, yes, hi. It's not going to last 100 years. That may be its official expiration date, but to say that SSL and TLS, like, structure and...
That's a good point.
Stuff isn't going to change until then, and assuming that Microsoft will let you continue using a 100-year certificate, that's hilarious. Good luck.
I mean, they had to do it for the memes, right? Like
it is a good meme.
like this like because I 100% agree with you. It's just not likely in a century from now that it will still be the same function or compatibility. But it's funny. Hey, yeah, we couldn't do the 10-year thing, so we picked up a 100-year certificate.
The expiration date is entirely arbitrary on these certs. I deal with certs every single year in my job, and it really is. The expiration date is entirely arbitrary. You're the one who puts it in, you do the thing, that's it. Like, the whole reason that you're putting these certificates in the first place is to keep your people safe at the end of the day. And putting 100-year certificate in there, it's a good meme. It's probably still going to get updated in 10 years.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, eventually, Microsoft, hopefully we're all on Linux by that point, and Linux will flag it instead.
I mean, yeah, potentially. I find the other funny portion of this is Riot learned from players in the community.
Oh yeah,
what the problem
100%.
Was.
I mean, I'm sure that some Rioter, because like I don't know if you know the environment at Riot, but like they are oftentimes playing games in their office.
Yep. Oh,
so I would not be surprised if one of them also like discovered it roughly around the same time.
Yeah, I mean, quite possibly, but I just find it funnier that it was more everything was on fire, and then someone was like, "Hey, this guy posted. It looks like this is what the thing is."
I think it would have been more hilarious if it happened to have expired tomorrow. Meaning January 8th.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we'll get into it, but it would be freaking hilarious if it did.
It would be funny. That would have been massive complaints.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, they're not the only major prominent company to let a certificate expire. Logitech mice also stopped functioning on Macs because Logitech's Apple developer certificate expired on January 6th. So, the Logi Options Plus, the G Hub companion apps, basically stopped working on Mac OS, and that means that a lot of the premium mice lost all of their custom functions, and the app got stuck in boot loops with no automatic updates being able to run. It affected all Mac OS users with Logitech peripherals.
So like 5 of them?
I don't know. I mean, there might be a lot of creators that have mice with extra buttons for shortcuts.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I mean, the MX Master 3S, I have that one. I use it for work, and it doesn't have a ton of buttons, but it's an interesting mouse. That's for sure.
Yeah, and if you were a Mac user, it wouldn't have functioned.
I mean, I doubt that the mouse itself would just stop functioning.
Yeah, it was all the
custom functions would have stopped. Yeah,
but I mean, if you can technically remap your main clicking buttons, does that mean they stop? I don't know.
I don't think you can remap left and right click.
I mean, I technically can on my mouse, but
it's fair. But I know it has a little side button, like side thumb button, where you can push down, like towards your mouse pad, and it does like different stuff based on the application that you have focused at the time.
Sure.
It's annoying, to be honest with you.
I mean, you can make it whatever you want.
Believe me, I have.
At least Logitech acknowledged that it was an inexcusable mistake, because what else are you going to say? Whoopsie daisy in your official statement?
Right.
So there was a manual patch. However, it could not automatically install. So users had to manually download and run the updated installer. I did read that, like, it may fail the first time, so you had to, like, stop it, reopen it until it kind of functioned. Like, all kinds of ridiculous stuff.
Love that.
So, yeah. But I just found it funny that just like with all the hacks, 2 times in a short span, certificate problems with major companies. Anyways.
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's get into our last segment, which is going to be the Haru heavy segment in gym class. Alrighty, time to get into the world of esports with potentially some drama or fierce competition. And I believe that there is a new season for League of Legends, Haru?
There is. Season 1 of 2026 for League of Legends starts January 8th. As of this recording, that is tomorrow. Honestly, I've been very excited. I read all the patch notes for this. I read a lot of the changes. I know that League of Legends gets drastically changed every single time that they go through a new like season, like year thing. They started just doing years at this point, to be honest with you.
I mean, fair.
But like in particular, this one, there's a lot of really, really good changes in here. I'm just going to go through a couple of them because I find them interesting. They're giving additional autofill protection. For those who don't know, autofill protection basically stops you from not being able to play the roles that you selected. This primarily happens at the higher levels of play. We're talking like diamond and higher usually, but it can happen at the lower ranks. It's just pretty rare. The new mechanic will reward auto-filled players for performing well. If you get a Mastery C or higher, you gain double the LP if you win. If you get Mastery C or higher, but you still lose, you just don't lose LP.
Okay.
Which is sick, especially for someone who has dabbled in every single role. That's honestly beneficial at this point.
I mean, it sounds like a good update.
And priority role players, aka support and jungle, because those are the 2 least liked roles in the game, receive the same benefits but without notification. There's also going to be improved autofill matching. The system now prioritizes pairing autofilled players by role. The worst case scenario is that the team with more auto-filled players receives slightly higher MMR players. So hopefully,
you know what though? I don't see that as a problem.
I
You're
don't either.
You're pitting slightly better talent and potentially less team cohesion.
Yep.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest concern with all of this, and I know Riot is one of the few companies that has incredibly good QA still. But one of my biggest concerns with this is that they are drastically changing that autofill system, and I'm just concerned it's going to go haywire. But we'll see. They are so...
At least you don't have to worry about a certificate expiring.
Oh, God. Yeah, if the certificate had expired on January 8th, I don't think Riot would hear the end of it. It wouldn't matter if they did the 100-year meme, because I would be 90 years old and I would still be laughing at them.
Are you telling me gamers would riot?
I'm going to kill you. Anyways, Riot is also intending on making League of Legends a slightly faster game. Not necessarily trying to make the games end faster, but trying to make them get into the real gameplay a little bit faster. So minions spawn at 30 seconds instead of 1 minute and 5. Baron spawns at 20 minutes instead of 25 minutes. Baron used to spawn at 20 minutes and had for a really long time, but then they added Econ at 20 minutes it spawns, and they moved Baron to 25. They removed Econ entirely. Good, it sucked, and put Baron back to 20 minutes. And then they added early surrender eligibility. at 2 minutes and 55 seconds instead of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Early surrender eligibility is only for when somebody it DCs or AFKs. To be clear.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it should be. I mean, I hate that. I hate that so much in Rocket League, where you're playing somebody and there's like over half the game left and they're down by a goal or two or whatever, and then just surrender. And it's like, what do you mean? Why? What is happening? Like, that's easily something that you can come back from, and that could be a fun game as you grind down to the last minute, potentially have an awesome comeback. But no, like, some person's just butthurt that you're down by 1 goal. Maybe there was a mistake. Oh, whoop-de-doo. I'm going to throw a pity party and surrender.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can surrender League of Legends games at 15 minutes with full majority, so you have to have all 5 players saying yes. At 20 minutes, it only needs to be 3 of 5 players.
Yeah, I mean, but that's as the game's gone along.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have a closer idea of what's going to happen here.
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely still possible to pull back in some cases, but 9 times out of 10, it's just a bad time investment to try and pull it back.
Yeah, I was more along the lines of like a goal or 2 difference in Rocket League could be something that happens like that, as opposed to pushing an entire lane.
You can get a goal or 2 off of kickoff.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, come on. There is a new turret mechanic, which really encourages players to be able to hit turrets and convince them to hit turrets, gain more reward for hitting those turrets, rather than just permanently forcing your laning opponent to stay in lane. So that new mechanic is that some crystals build up on the turret over time. Takes a maximum of 4 minutes to fully stack up, and then when you attack the turret that has been fully charged at that point, it'll do extra true damage to the turret, which is very fun, especially for those who play like mid lane and top lane. Because those 2 roles, while they can sometimes just hit the turret freely, some champions in those roles just simply cannot. They get very few chances to ever hit the turret. One curiosity that I have, and I haven't been able to actually get an answer on that, is whether or not minions will trigger it. It would be interesting, to say the least. But, yeah. Moving on from that, they did expand the turret plates. They no longer disappear at the 14-minute mark, I want to say it was. It's been a while since I played League. And now they're just permanent. And not only are they permanent, but they are also on all non-Nexus turrets, which is honestly sick. It slows down the game. It keeps it into that mid-game to late-game stage for longer, which is the part of the game that most people enjoy the most. So being able to keep it there and also continue to get rewards for pushing a tower down. Because right now, if you don't kill the turret, you get nothing. Whereas with the plates, every time you break a plate, you get 400 to 600 gold, which is nice, but they also only exist for the first 14 minutes of the game and only on the first towers. So yeah, this will be very interesting. I think these are some really good changes. There are some home guard buffs in there, but the only thing you really need to know is that it no longer expires. It specifically disappears when you reach the first minion wave. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this update and why I'm so excited. And it's updated quests. And I know everyone's like, what? A MOBA with quests? Yes. Believe it or not, jungle and support have had quests for a long time. Jungle has had a little item that they purchase at the very beginning of the game that will, when they complete the quest, it upgrades their smite into something. And then support, it basically gives them an extra It gives them an item that they have to spend very little gold on, and kind of lets support characters actually exist rather than just be ward bots all over the place like they used to be. But let's get into the quests. So we'll start with the updates. Support in particular. After you complete the quest, control ward cost goes down from 50 gold to 40 gold. And you also get a control ward slot. It no longer takes up your full 6. It never takes up a slot in your 6 items. That's amazing, especially for a support. Now, everybody should be buying control wards. Please do. I will flame you if you don't. But
wait, hold on. You're going to
flame
somebody in a League of Legends game?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to see, because that seemed like such a thing that was outside the norm. So I just wanted to make sure that you were willing to commit to that.
Very, very outside the norm. Yep. More than anything, this primarily enables 6 item builds. And it also increases your base gold generation from 5 gold, 10 gold, or 5 gold every 10 seconds to 9 gold every 10 seconds, which is awesome. And then the jungle one was updated. I'm not 100% sure if it actually does what I think it does. Let's see. I know that it gives you 4% movement speed while you are in the jungle post completion, meaning you have killed a jungle camp. But I don't know if it still updates your smite. It does. Awesome. That's the thing that matters. That smite increase was extremely strong. And now, instead of it being 600, 900, and 1200, it's 600, 1000, and 1400. Hopefully, this will stop people from losing dragons and barons to Callistas, though I doubt it. The top lane quest is largely marketed as the strongest among the new quests. It makes the level cap for top laners 20.
Wow.
For those who don't know, the level cap in League of Legends is 18.
That's quite a large percentage increase.
Yep. It also gives you universal teleport access, so if you didn't take teleport for whatever particular reason, maybe because you're trolling, then you still get teleport. If you did take teleport, you get a plus 30% max health shield when you teleport.
Seems like pretty good for support characters.
It for tanks in particular. That is insane. The 80 carry quest is quite good. It's very role fitting. It gives you 300 gold lump sum when you complete it. And it also gives you an additional 2 gold per minion kill for the rest of the game. So hopefully you'll hit your in-game build faster and you can give more of those minions to your mid laner, please. 50 gold per... Please. 50 gold per champion takedown for the rest of the game as well, which is super nice. And you also get your boots moved to the role quest slot, which is awesome because that means when you hit your 6-item build, you don't have to be like, do I want boots or do I want more damage? It's no longer an actual concern that you have to make.
I think being able to decide between boots and damage and have both is probably good.
It is definitely good. Mid lane is an interesting one. I made mid lane, for those who don't know. And it's a very strange scenario. Boots for mid laners are incredibly powerful. And that is your quest reward. Free tier 3 boots. And an empowered 4-second recall every 5 minutes for those of you who don't know how to manage your mana correctly. It's going to be interesting.
This
My
seems
biggest
like
concern,
making things a lot more forgiving for people.
it is a lot more forgiving, and it's also really leaning into what the lane is supposed to do, right? For a player who's brand new, has no idea what the hell they're doing, to go down into bot lane and you hover over the quest and it specifically tells you, hey, you get +3 to your quest completion for every minion kill while you're in bot lane, or 1.5 per minion kill in every other lane. You get +30 per epic monster takedown. This is huge because a lot of AD carries will not rotate to epic monsters, which is a massive, massive problem. Rotate, please. And then on top of that, you also get +50 completion points for a turret takedown. So it's encouraging you to push your turret, especially the one in bot lane, because it gives you that +50, and every other one of them is +25. Same thing for turret plates. You get +20 per turret plate, but in bot lane, you get +40. So it encourages you to push and get that completion, because that completion is going to equal more gold for you throughout the entire game. And then that's kind of like my biggest thing, is that it's actually teaching players, right? And obviously I have the same examples for every single one of them, but I just went over AD carry because it tends to be the most popular lane. But let's go into the more community-oriented change. And thank you, Plague, for reminding me of this thing, because I totally read it and I was like, cool. I will just simply not care because I never do that anyways.
Well, yeah, because you're not a shitbag.
Pretty much. So specifically, Riot is trying to combat lobby hostage taking and pre-game toxicity, which is very prevalent and can be even more so depending on the characters that you prefer to play. So lobby hostage intervention, the players who are trying to hold a lobby hostage for threatening to troll if they don't get to be mid because they got autofilled or something, or they try and force other people to dodge, or they have to endure a bad game. The solution that they are putting in place is that a proactive system detects bad actors in Champion Select based on real-time reports and behavior, and if it is confirmed that hostage taking is taking place, it immediately terminates the lobby. It also will likely ban that person outright.
I mean, look, it seems like this is a nice change to stop people from being utterly ridiculous and throwing a hissy fit.
Oh, 100%. I mean, look, we all know League of Legends players, they're not exactly the most mature individuals in the world. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm one of those people who I will play out of spite. I'm one of those people who you'll try and surrender at 15 minutes because you want to move on to your next game, and I'm hitting no. You did this to me. I am going to do it back now. Plain and simple. Because at the end of the day, I can absolutely carry this game, assuming that you're not being an absolute feeder. But, anyways, ally ban prevention is one thing that they are also trying to solve. And it is specifically banning a teammate who is hovering a champion. They discovered that this was the #1 source of pre-game toxicity. Oh, big surprise. Hey, I'm intentionally trying to tell you I'm trying to play this champion. You're being an asshole and just banning it.
Because of whatever perceived, that's not the one we need. You can't have it. You have to listen to everything I say.
Or even, I don't want the enemy team to get it before you. Which is absolutely a concern. But at the exact same time, screw you. Learn to play against it.
Okay.
So now, you just simply cannot ban a champion that an ally is currently hovering.
I mean, yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. And I know that there are going to be people who are going to be like, but it removes my agency. It removes my ability to ban specific champions. What if they don't even pick that champion? There's going to be all kinds of complaints. But at the end of the day, you should not be able to agree for your teammates.
Now, I got a question. What counts as hovering? Like, if I quickly put my mouse back and forth between two characters, like, what?
So theoretically, yes. So when you hover a champion in League of Legends Champion Select, you have to left click it first to ban it, or to hover it, right?
Okay.
And then it actually is shown to the rest of your team that you are intending on picking this champion. If you are clicking back and forth between two champions at the end of the day, if they're specifically clicking one that they want to ban and you're flipping back and forth between both of them and you flip off of it, they hit the ban button, it's banned.
That's fair.
Like,
and I don't think you could do it fast enough. I also imagine there's probably like behind the scenes like a 1 second type of thing, right? Where if you click it and you leave it there for a second, then it probably engages.
It's very possible. I don't know. We will see as of tomorrow. There's also going to be stricter community pact penalties, which is basically like the social contract that World of Warcraft has. So lobby hostage taking, like I said earlier, is now an extremely high level violation, grouped with intentional feeding and scripting. So literally cheating. It is the equivalent of cheating. Good luck. If you do it, you will no longer be in the game for a hot minute.
Good.
Improved detection systems to catch game ruining behavior at 10 times the previous rate. That is a hell of a claim, Riot. Just saying. And then on top of that, the punishments that they are introducing are things like an extended queue lockout. So you just literally cannot play the game for a little while. They're restricting your access.
Sit in the corner and you think about what you've done.
They're literally literally putting you in timeout. It's perfect for the children that play this game.
Fair.
They are also stopping you from playing ranked. They're just outright denying your ability to play ranked at all if you exhibit game ruining behavior, which is kind of the equivalent of me saying, no, you can't play with that toy. You abused it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You've lost your
On top
privilege.
of that, if you are a repeat offender, they will just ban you from every single game they make, now and in the future. So if you're really looking forward to the MMO, but you're a toxic League of Legends player, you may want to rethink it.
Okay, my question. So how often do they do these kind of community contract updates?
I don't know of the last one, personally.
Is it a coincidence that the Valorant music video / character background that they put out in the last couple of days was toxic? I mean, literally, that's the title of it, and they did a cover of Britney Spears' "Toxic."
It's also the name of a character, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but they could have picked any character. They could have picked ones they haven't done yet, and they could have released it at a different time. So my question is, did somebody go, oh, this would be hilarious, and put this out at the same time?
As much as I would like to give the credit to Riot, I don't think any company is capable of talking that deeply between left, right, center, and back. I mean, maybe. There's a chance, but I just highly, highly doubt it.
That's fair.
Alrighty, so let's move on to some more League of Legends news. Sort of, kind of. Faker. I'm sure everybody who knows League of Legends knows of Faker. At least I would hope so.
Sounds fake.
God damn it.
Fake news. Fake news. So
Faker has been a very, very, very consistent player throughout the years. Anyone who has played League of Legends for an extremely long time knows this man has been very good at League of Legends for longer than some of the players in League of Legends have been alive. Why am I saying this? Well, Faker received South Korea's highest sports honor, the Blue Dragon Medal. This is just amazing. Number one, it pushes esports into a completely different realm.
It's validation, right?
Yeah, it 100% is. I mean, like, we all grew up with our parents saying that gaming will never take you anywhere. Well, this kind of disproves that entirely, right?
At least in Korea.
Well, yeah, that's fair. In South Korea in general, esports, namely League of Legends, is incredibly popular. They have an entire arena literally called LOL Park. So, yeah. Why is this award so prevalent, Plague?
Oh, well, A, it's the first esports athlete. And B, it's usually reserved to basically what you would consider traditional sports. So you're talking about like Olympic champions, of which there have been obviously many in Korea's past that have won it, but that's kind of some of the biggest significance is you're looking at it being a traditional medal for really high-end performing athletes that represent Korea and excel and show excellence and merit, right? So this being presented to an esports person being the highest in those class of medals, basically, you're kind of looking at like the U.S. equivalent of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, kind of, where it's a honor to be given to civilians of specific or substantial significance.
Indeed. Definitely is. So then the question that everybody probably wants to know, though probably they already know, why Faker? Well, I'll tell you why Faker. At the end of the day, the man is very good with his hands. He has the record.
Is that, proven in his personal life?
I don't know, man. You'd have to ask his partner. In fact, I don't even know if he has a partner now that I think about it. Regardless, he holds the record for 6 League of Legends World Championship titles. He specifically won in 2013, 15, 16, 23, 24, and 25. He also holds 2 MSI titles. For those who don't know, that is the middle of the season World Championship, effectively. And 10 LCK domestic titles. And LCK is specifically the League of Legends Championship of Korea.
I'm glad you knew that, because I didn't.
Surprisingly, I know basically all of them. This medal is honestly, I think, look, Faker is probably ecstatic that he was given this medal, right? At the end of the day.
You seen the photos?
I did see some of them, yeah.
He's probably ecstatic internally, but the face that he's wearing is one of, God, what is happening?
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about antisocial gamer kid, right? Like, ultimately, the dude is incredibly popular, but he's always been a very stoic individual. He's never been the type to throw around hate. He's never been the type to throw around even, like, trash talk, really. I mean, he's done some of it here and there, but...
I mean, every gamer does, right?
Right, for sure. But, like, at the end of the day, while Faker is probably ecstatic and those around him are probably ecstatic, namely his teammates, because it is partial recognition for all of them, honestly, we as gamers should all be ecstatic on this. Like, this is the recognition that I think a lot of us have been wanting esports to get for a really long time.
I mean, it makes sense it's him, right? We just talked about the Razer hologram thing. And one of the 5 characters that they chose for that is him. So, like, clearly the worldwide recognition that deserves this type of medal. And
anyone who plays League of Legends and has even dabbled in the League of Legends professional series knows the name Faker. He is mentioned everywhere.
I mean, I knew about Faker just from the music videos before,
Right.
I ever really started talking to you about anything.
Yeah.
Just because it was like, oh, who's this guy that's in all of the world's music videos? What is this? Who is this person?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, look, like he's damn good. He's literally been named the greatest of all time, the GOAT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if not Faker, who? Right? The next closest is Chovy.
Nah, all the pretenders are fake.
Okay, buddy.
I'm just waiting for you to disconnect from the call. Just hang up. That's it. No, but truly, he's been on the scene for the longest time. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's the GOAT throughout an entire decade. You look at any other traditional sport, right? You look at the Tom Brady's, the LeBron James, the Wayne Gretzky's. Like, he's put up a similar, if not more impressive run in his own sport, along with all of those people that are considered the greatest of all time in their sports.
Yeah.
Michael Jordans,
absolutely.
all of them,
Yeah. I knew 3 of those 4 names. Now, Faker did have something to say when he received the medal. This is obviously translated, and hopefully it is translated correctly. He said, "I'm truly honored to receive the Blue Dragon medal today. It's an incredibly meaningful day for me. I believe I'm receiving this honor thanks to my fans and the constant love and support from everyone who cheers for me and pledged to continue to be a positive inspiration." He also acknowledged that this achievement would not have been possible without the fans. I also saw somewhere that I think he mentioned that he specifically mentioned his team, that it wouldn't have been possible without his teammates.
Oh, I bet. I mean, someone like that, I would imagine I probably missed it, but I would imagine that he threw that in there.
Yeah, and
a lot of those guys are humble.
It's really interesting because I've followed League of Legends for a very long time. I've known Faker for a very long time. I know how he used to play and I know how he plays now. Back in the 2013 to 2016 era, he was a carry. He did all the damage. He got all the kills. He carried his team on his back to victory many, many times. However, in the most recent years, meaning 2023 and onward, he stopped being the carry and he started supporting the carries. He's still a mid laner, but he started playing things like Galio and Azir and Orianna, which are all less damage-oriented champions and significantly more support-oriented champions where they enable other people to do things. Which, that in and of itself, number one, it kind of shows his age, right? He probably stopped having quite as successful of a reaction time as, he used to back in the day. But I also think it shows his growth as a player. It also shows the wide variety of types of players that can succeed in League of Legends. You don't have to be the Twitch gamer that has the perfect reaction time to be able to be that good.
So I think this is universal amongst all sports, esports, whatever. You will never be as good as you are as you get older from your younger days. It's just a matter of fact. Technically, peak human reaction time is your kind of mid-20s, and everything goes downhill from there. I think it's supposed to be specifically 27, right? And everything goes downhill from there. However, pure talent, skill, and reaction time is only part of the equation. Understanding the game, playing your opponent, and I'm not talking about the character that you're playing, I'm talking about understanding your opponents as human beings and how they play, how they're going to react, what their choices are going to be, are all ways that you can still excel without being the top talented person. And even in one of my favorite sports, hockey, you see the most successful people that have long, illustrious careers go from being those very talented people that are the high-end goal scorers, the high-end passers, who, as they get older, recognize they're not going to be able to beat the younger talented players, and instead transition their game to something else. They become a little bit more physical. They become a little harder to play against. They can see the game better and understand what action those younger players are going to take and preempt it. And so even though they might not be the top flashy player, they can transition their game into something that is still effective and productive. And
for sure.
It clearly seems that's like what he's done.
And I mean, every game and every sport has a level of strategic thinking required, but League of Legends, MOBAs as a whole, evolved from the RTS genre. So they have always been fast-paced games, but they have also been very strategic games for as long as I can possibly think. At the end of the day, if you buy the wrong item, you just wasted gold. Now, granted, there's an undo button. But in the beginning, it wasn't that way. And knowing the likelihood of where your opponent is probably going, even if you don't know exactly where they are, you don't have vision of them, being able to call that out, being able to strategically explain what could be potentially happening, that's huge. And I really feel like he moved into that role when he started winning again from 2023 onward. And his struggle between 2016 to 2023 was really that transitionary phase.
Yep. I agree. I mean, and he's clearly done it well. And he's out instead of needing to outplay opponents, he's out thinking opponents, right?
Yes, 100%. And just so everybody doesn't think that I'm a Faker lover, because I'm really not. I actually hate Faker as a whole. I've never really cared for him as a personality.
Sure, but just like all the Tom Brady hate, you can hate hate somebody and respect them and
exactly. And largely, I think most of it is probably because I latched onto Chovy a little bit more than I did Faker, and Chovy is his direct rival. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Faker, if you ever hear this, congrats.
Just a little quick real life story to finish out, unless you had another other comment on Faker.
No, go for it.
It's never too late. You don't have to be young to be good and be talented and awesome. Real world scenario. In World War II, one of the most effective military units the U.S. had was the 77th Infantry Division, a.k.a. the Old Bastards. So what this unit was all the draftees that were aged 32 and kind of older-ish. Now, in terms of military terms, that is considered old. In terms of gamer terms, that's considered old. And they were one of the most effective fighting forces the U.S. had in World War II because of how cunning they were, because of the life experience that they had, and the way that they perceived battles and engagements and what they were willing to do because of the experience that they had in life. So I'm not going to get into the details, but I think it's just telling that you don't have to be young with all the skill and all the, muscles and reaction time and all of that to be effective and be good. You can use your mind, be smart about how you approach situations.
Absolutely. There is no substitute for hands-on experience at the end of the day. There really isn't.
And if you're any sort of military person, even though this was Army and Infantry, they were given the honorary term, the 77th Marine Division, which, if you know anything, for a Marine Division to call an Army Division a Marine Division shows you how badass they were.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, I have nothing else to add, so I guess that's all we have for today.
Indeed it is.
Alrighty, people. Close your books, pack those bags. That's all we have time for today. I hope you took those lessons to heart, and instead of building up those muscles, well, maybe you should do that too. You build up those brains so that you have something to work with as you age in your gaming career. However, be careful, because Haru is going to want to take you apart and look at your memory instead of just talking to you about it or looking at a manual. We hope you enjoy your time off, and we look forward to your participation in the next course. Peace.
See ya.